Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfani. The bank coins, XRP, XLM, Algorand, Hedera, Cello, will be winners in the future. They are softwares, they are systems, they are infrastructures that are made to help in situations like this where the United States has a massive amount of debt. I'm talking about generation crushing debt. And they have no answer for how to whittle that debt down. Anybody can call call your governor, call your mayor, senators, congressmen, ask them how they're going to get that debt down. Because it's going to be detrimental to the United States in the future. Oh, it definitely is. They even have countries that they're in contention with that have bought a massive amount of their debt. This is going to be bad. So then why is the government not either holding itself accountable? Well, we know why they're not going to hold themselves accountable, but why are the people not holding them accountable? The people who want to continue to live in the United States and thrive. And I say that because, make no mistake about it, anybody who has some money is prepared to move around if they have to. You've seen it before when, United States is doing very bad, businesses move out of the United States en masse and they go to greener pastures. Well, on the horizon of the future, it seems that the United States is poised for a big trouble. Not only is the fiat currency, the US dollar, the petrodollar, in trouble, but their government is continuously injuring itself. There's so much infighting going on. It's like, oh man, it's just it's unbelievable. You have to utilize the money more strategically. You have to stop printing excessive amounts of money. You have to learn to negotiate. I'm talking about these government officials to negotiate in more of a rational manner than screaming your heads off at each other like you're children in high school or middle school. I hope children in high school don't act like that. They probably do. But you have to conduct yourselves in a much better way if you want your country to continue to succeed. I don't know what's going on. And you have the rest of the world is catching up when it comes to military might, and they're trying to come up with their own reserve currency. But the lay person in the United States, the regular civilian, they're not paying attention to this. Well, I mean, there's only so much that researchers can do. All we can do is look at the data and put it in front of the people. And I think a lot of big to middle money people are seeing that, and this is why they're buying properties outside the United States just in case. Over the next decade and a half, if things don't go well, they have places they can thrive in, that their families can be safe in. Am I like alone in feeling this way? Like that the governments are not doing what they're supposed to do, that there's something fundamentally wrong, with what they're doing financially. Now, like I said, I believe that this could be all on purpose, definitely, where they want to collapse the system, so they overburden it to cause enough damage where they can introduce a new system. XRP, XLM. They're in deep with the governments. Why? Look at all the governing boards that the Ripple is a part of. It's mind-blowing. For anyone to say XRP is going to lose, that's just ridiculous to me. And XLM is right in there, and Algorand is also right in there. They've all been on a number of panels with governments around the world and done presentations with central banks around the world, right? So just for anyone to say that they're going to lose, it's mind-blowing to me. Then also, don't forget the bank coins that were on the list of the World Economic Forum. When the World Economic Forum speaks, nations move. Understand that they control presidents. Their word holds more weight than most central banks. And in fact, a lot of the top level people at some of these central banks are World Economic Forum alumni. Isn't the president, just give you an example, isn't the president of Canada one of the World Economic Forum's young leaders? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I just want to give you an example. Okay. So they pick and choose the winners. But yes, I think that that could be a lot of that going on where certain actors within governments around the world, not just the United States, feel like we know the system is going down. It's going to have to be retooled. So let's get as much out of it as we can. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But if you see some of these activities, it doesn't make any logical sense. If you want to do well, you have to preserve money. You have to save money. That's number one. Number two, it behooves you to have your currency backed by something. That's number two. And ensure the future of your currency. Right now, the dollar is not, there is no solid outcome for the future of the US dollar. If you see how sanctions have been sort of reversed on them, where they had this show of might, the West, we're going to sanction these particular individuals, and actually worked in reverse. Now those entities they tried to sanction are actually doing better than they've ever done before. Not only that, they're creating alliances with a bevy of countries. There's new countries trying to join every month to the BRICS nations. So it sort of worked in reverse. So that power is not really there anymore. And actually, it worked in reverse to the way that it injured the people of the West almost more than anybody. So you have that also. So these are things you have to keep your eye on if you're in the money game. And you want to be successful, you have to keep your eye on stuff like this. Because it will affect the money. It will affect the value. It will affect how people live, where you live, right? Or it can. So we need to stay privy of things like this. Just like we stay privy of the good, there's a balance to everything. We have to stay privy of the things that could be negative to us. So we know how to deal with it if it should come. We know how to negate it. We can avoid the first punch. We can avoid the goring of the bull. This is how it works. So I'm keeping my eye on things like this. The Fed itself, the very nature of the Fed having printed so much money and nobody saying, hey, we need to stop doing that. And I'm going to be controversial here. The way they jumped out in front of the inflation numbers and said, even before the numbers came out, and they said, hey, we've done enough. It's going to come down. We're only going to go up 75 basis points again. That was mind blowing that they did that. It came down just a tiny bit. What are we like? 8 something percent? They want to get it down to 2? Theoretically speaking, I mean, yes, it wouldn't have been good for the markets, but over the long haul, to get inflation down would be better for the markets, to get it down more quickly, right? Have more effect. I think, yeah, they could have gone to 100 basis points, in my humble opinion. There's a balance to everything, but they didn't. Then you look at how wishy-washy and flip-floppy they are on decisions. How is this possible with a governing entity? As a leader, you're supposed to be solid in your decisions. Maybe I'm wrong. The Fed gives me a headache. Just going to keep our eyes on these particular things here. You see the spreading of XRP everywhere around the world, the idea, the acceptance of it. You see the banks starting to show a little bit of activity with XRP. You saw them, sheer up the corridors. But then you have the Japanese bank. There's an article somewhere up here where the Japanese bank is giving away XRP. Then you had the leader of SBI Africa tell the people, there's a lot of money on the sidelines waiting to step into XRP. Then also that same leader from SBI Africa, we covered the article, some of you downloaded it, said that individual imagined most of the banks in Japan would utilize XRP. And now you see a bank, they're offering Bitcoin and XRP to their users. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's a sign that what that individual said should be taken seriously. So let's jump into a little bit of XRP news here. This is from CoinGate.com. XRP lawyer mocks SEC. Shinsei Bank recently announced that existing or incoming users will be eligible for the reward with coupons for depositing yen. It added that the reward will be issued in the form of Ripple's XRP or Bitcoin. This reward service will run till October 31st, 2022. So I always find it mind-blowing when people decide to give away XRP knowing what the price of XRP could become. And I see a lot of individuals, I believe that they will do the same thing that early Bitcoin holders did, spending their XRP on coffee and pizza. A lot of people just, they don't understand the high value that XRP could go to in the future. And, but just think about it for a moment. Why would they do this now? They're trying to get people, when you introduce something to a populace, you're getting them used to it. You offer it to them little by little, right? So it's like a soda company. When the soda first comes out, they give you these little sippy cups at the store. Hey, you want to try this? And for like 2 weeks to get you to sip it, and you're like, this is pretty good. And then next month, that soda's on the shelf for you to purchase. And you remember it was good. And so you buy the soda. This is the same thing happening here. They're getting the people used to XRP. Make no mistake about it. Here's a little XRP for you. Oh yeah, you did. Oh, you're signing up for our program. Here's a little XRP for you. So the people remember XRP. They're not far into it when the time comes when their systems are running on XRP. When the banks are offering you, hey, you want to invest in XRP? I do believe the banks are going to be heavily operating like their exchanges, offering these particular services to their customers in the future, in mass. And they're offering Bitcoin and XRP. That tells you a lot. Not Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin and XRP. That tells you a lot, in my humble opinion. So that's what I think is going on here. They're softening the people up. They're getting them used to this. It's just like a lot of the, Western exchanges offering crypto all of a sudden at the last year or so, last few months or so. And now they're starting to offer, what did you have? Robinhood now offering XLM. They're getting the people ready for something. Why not before? XLM has been legit and compliant. They were, what do you call that? They had regulatory clarity from one of those governing bodies in New York. That means something. Why not list XLM before? It's one of the most solid projects you're ever going to see, and is a part of the new financial system. And it has been praised by every central bank as well as the World Economic Forum. Something is going on. All of this happening at the same time. So let's move on here, right? So then you have this here from Stellar itself, or Stellar leader rather, Danelle Dixon. This partnership with Bitwage represents a new generation of real-world solutions empowering the Stellar network. Bitwage is integrating USDC on Stellar. Bitwage radically reduces the cost of paying workers. Let me stop there. What does that mean? It's reducing the cost of paying your workers. Do you know how many businesses will jump on top of systems like this? This is only the beginning. Imagine all that value flowing across Stellar blockchain. We've seen something like this also with XRP and Algorand. Algorand already has infrastructures being set up for payroll. We know XRP already has infrastructures being set up for payroll in Mexico, as one prime example. Now you have Stellar, right? I think we had Stellar before, but now we have an example of Stellar advancing this. And it's only the beginning. Businesses will be running payroll. That's that amount of value and consistent volume is going to boost that price much higher than where it is now. Now, USDC on Stellar still rides across Stellar rails. XLM, lumens are used for every transaction. And not only that, every utilizer of the Stellar blockchain must hold some lumens. Minimum of lumens. Don't think the minimum, because not everybody's going to hold, most people are not going to hold the minimum of lumens. They're going to want to see a return on investment. They're going to hold a little bit more than the minimum of lumens. When everything is up and running, that's just my humble opinion, it's not financial advice. But just think about that for a moment. This is good. I hope Stellar puts out some more information. So, we're going to stop there for today. I think all of this is very good. We're seeing a new financial system be set up in conjunction with sort of the failing of the legacy systems in the West, which I think is necessary for the rise. This is why a lot of people call XRP And I would venture to say all of the bank coins are the phoenix together. They're all different parts of the phoenix, of the tree that is rising out of the ground. All different spheres, right? But this is why people say that. Because the decline of the legacy system is lending to the rise of the new financial system. The new financial system is the solution. They can save tons of money, more efficiency. It gives them the data tracking that they want that they don't have now. Everything that they want is in the new financial system. It's just a matter of who is going to benefit from this. It's coming no matter what. They were always going to take over a portion of crypto. They can't take over all of it, of course. Privacy coins are there and they just can't do anything with them. The same thing happened with the internet. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.